Okay, in this hopefully short tutorial, I'm going to introduce a somewhat new tool. I haven't worked with it a whole lot, so I'm not going to go over a lot with it because there's a lot I don't know about it, but it might be very helpful to you in your next project. So this tool is called the Volume Builder, and you can find it right up here. I believe it was introduced in release 22. So if you've got a earlier version than that, you may not find it, but the labs in the computers in the lab should all have this. So here it is. It's the Volume Builder. If I click, there's a Volume Builder and a Volume Mesher. There's some things over here that I'm not really familiar with yet, so I'm just not going to talk about those today. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to go to my front view, and I'm going to draw something with my sketch tool. Let's see, what do I want to draw? I'll draw something organic. And excuse my drawing because I'm drawing with my mouse. So here we have what looks like a side view of a duck or something like that. All right, and if I go back, let me go back to my 4 views, and I can see it's here. If I'm looking, I can kind of move it around, but it's flat. It has no volume. Now, in some of the other tutorials you'll be doing, you'll see that there's other ways of adding volume. I could add a spline wrap. I could create a loft between two of these drawings, but I'm going to show you this third way, which is using the Volume Builder. So the first thing I need to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to add my Volume Builder. I'm going to drag my little spline into it. Now I'm going to get this very ugly thing happening here. And you're going to look at that and think, oh my God, that's horrible. I don't like that. And if you go to preview it, you'll see that nothing is there. So there's one more step in this, and that is after we add the Volume Builder, we have to add a mesher. So to do that, I'm going to click on my Volume Mesher, and I'm going to drag this in here. And this will, you'll see that now, whoops, now we have some volume on this spline. This is similar in a way to using the spline wrap tool. So you'll notice that I can come in here and I can change some things. I can change how adaptive it is. I can change the voxel range. Now if you go too high, let's see, is that going to give me an error? Nope, that's fine. That may just be the ugliest donut in the world though. And I can also come in here and adjust the voxel size. Now this is where you need to be careful because you can very, very easily freeze up your computer, which I did a minute ago trying to make this tutorial. So the voxels are, I forget what that stands for. What is it? Volume pixels, I believe. And you can set the range up or down. Now, if you go too high, I think it's like if you go over maybe 4, your computer's going to get angry at you and possibly freeze. And you can see here, as I'm adding some voxels, I'm getting a little more detail. Let's see, what else can I do here? Just be careful. Don't go up to, accidentally go up to 20 like I almost just did, because that will for sure freeze your computer. And I can come back here with the mesher. I can play with those tools as well. And now if I go to preview it, there I can see I actually have some volume. Now that's pretty ugly because it's just a little spline that I made without really too much thought. But let me show you one really cool thing that I like using this for so far. So let me make an object. In fact, you know what? Let me just delete that guy off the stage. I'm going to make an object, and let's see. I'm going to add a cone to it. Let me put a maybe something more interesting than that. Let me add a torus. Okay, now in the past, what we've done is we've used Alt-G to create a null object. But sometimes you want to really combine things, and there are some other ways of doing this, but with the mesher, let me do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and select them all and hit Command-G. Whoops, excuse me, Alt-G. There we go. I'm going to call this clown. Sure, it's a clown. All right. Now, if I come back to my Volume Builder, I'm going to put my clown in the Volume Builder, and I get this ugly thing again. But then I can come in and I can go to my mesher and I can put this in my mesher. And what that does, it's going to create one entire object. And here I can play with the adaptive settings. Again, just be a little careful. You may inadvertently catch your computer on fire. But now instead of this being separate shapes, even in an object, they're separate. Now this is one shape. Now where this gets a little bit tricky is if you're working with complex textures. So let me see if I can throw something on here and let's just see. Let's go to, what do I want? Let's see, checkerboard. That'll be a good one. Let me throw a checkerboard. Oh, actually, that didn't work badly at all, but you'll have to play with it on some objects. It may be a little funky. You can see here I've got a weird kind of gap in the back. I'm not sure what that is. I'd have to play with this object a little bit. But now instead of having these separate shapes, I've got this one shape that I can move, duplicate, or you know, do what I want to do with it. All right, so that's a super short session on the volume builder. Like I said, it's a new tool, so feel free to play with it, look up more about it, and learn about it.